first there was nothing. There was the landfill, and we had waste. The landfill was filling up, and all the emissions and nasty things that go along with that were happening. And then Aaron thought of something to help with that.
So we started composting 15 years ago. We started out just by using some fish waste from a local fish farm, and we mixed that with some green waste that we'd ground up on site. And within 3 months, we had this beautiful loamy compost. The chief at the time, Gary Feschuk, had come down and wanted to see what we were doing. And I showed him this first batch of compost. Sometimes in our communities, business it's not something that we have a lot of businesses on nation land. So for him to come down and see that the transformation of waste to soil was a big moment for him and for us.
There's a lot of enthusiasm around this project, especially with our elders, because it was our elders that were very rooted in growing food for themselves, whether it be here in Salish and Sechelt or up in the inlet, Lechomane. Our families have always grown our own food.
Somebody can be sitting there eating a tomato, just say. You're sitting there at dinner, you don't even think about it, you're eating this tomato away. You can literally come down here with the little bits you cut off your tomato and give them to us. We'll take that, go up there, grind up that green waste that's from your backyard, grind it all up, make the proper mix, huck it in a bay, and in about 3 months, 4 or 5 months down the road, you can come grab that as soil. Bring it home, huck it right in your backyard, huck that tomato back in that ground, and eat that tomato and just keep doing it.
I think something that Aaron's talked about that resonated for me was that there's an inspiring example that can be set by an Indigenous business that can inspire the next generation to not only care about the environment and the impact, but also to be business people and become entrepreneurs.
Aaron will pass this off probably to his son and daughter who will run this, and their whole generation will step in, kick us out because we'll get too slow or too old, and they'll run it and only make it bigger and better, right?
I could probably honestly say that Salish Soils is the reason why I'm married, the reason why I have a family today. It's impacted my life tremendously. I think like the character of Aaron, the type of man he is, and the way he runs this business, he's the type of person that gives a lot of second chances to people.
Being Indigenous today, impacting my work is, it's such a powerful thing for me. Because it always goes back to our Indigenous values. And it's almost like we forget, because in today's world, we got all these opportunities, in resources. And so when we're thinking about resources in our area and in our territory, it's forestry and mining. Today, bringing those values back, using our forest waste, using it for energy, using it for making soil, instilling those values in the reclamation of how we're managing mining. Those are very important things today, and that's really what in business where I brought it back. I brought back my connection to the land, and then thinking 7 generations ahead. Thinking 7, 10, 20 generations ahead. What are we leaving for the next generation? What are we leaving for the young people? But also teaching them about business, being an example of what can be possibilities, showing them that there's possibilities. And I think that the work that we're all trying to do here today is very important, is showing our young people that they can be this too.